Alright, welcome back everyone. Call of Duty 4 is here to go, and it's gonna be fun. This is our first mission with the Marines. New weapons, well, sort of. We've seen the M4 before. New setting. This whole segment of the game, the Marine stuff, really reminds me of North Africa in Call of Duty 2. Kind of tight streets, but the nice thing about it is that in addition to the tight streets and the close quarters stuff, you also get this really nice sense of a place that's kind of growing up, being more modern. Because you do have these kind of like built-up areas, but then you get like highways and infrastructure like that. And it's kind of neat to see that mix. You don't see that very often in games. You either get like these kind of rural areas, or you get completely urban areas. You don't get the mix of urban, new, and old town sort of stuff. So, there we go. As I mentioned before, the SAS is... The SAS is kind of like your silent, deadly killer guys. The Marines are big, loud,
left side door breach. Back up.
And bombastic. So you get a lot more breaching charges. You get a lot more rushing into rooms and full-on assaults. It's a really nice dichotomy. It's something they've been doing since the first Call of Duty game. And as Call of Duty games have gotten closer to being sort of single character experiences with, you know, Advanced Warfare and then more recent... Hold on. Let's pick up a gun. We're going to pick up our first shotgun in this next room, too. I promise you we'll pick up a new shotgun in this next room. I always get the shotgun that's in here. It's one of those things I just remember so well about this game, is that there's a shotgun in this room. You can see me here being a little bit more tactical than I was last time. Love the AK. It's got such a good sound to it, too. But, let's drop it. Alright. And just pick up as much ammo as I can here. Alright. This room can get you the first time you play the game. Because you're like, oh, well, you might get killed by that guy, you might get killed by this guy, or the other guy in the room. But, man, if the shotgun isn't a decent room clearer, right? It's one of those things I really love about this game.
Check the bodies. We need a positive ID on Al-Assad. Negative ID over here, sir. No sign of Al-Assad here, sir. HQ, this is Red Dog. Target building is secure, but we don't have Al-Assad. Over.
Anyways, one of the things I really like about the game...
Heads up. I just got word that Al-Assad is broadcasting half a click east of here at a TV station. We're gonna move out on foot and take down the package there. Move out.
Anyways, what I really love is the game does have a variety of weapons. Almost every one of them either has a niche or it's got a really good use that you can find there. There's nothing that's really useless outside of maybe in multiplayer, where there are weapons that are better than others. Ah, hell, this isn't good. And goddamn do these guys like throwing grenades. Give them a flashbang. And then blow up the car that they're behind. Always a good plan. Why do they keep hiding behind cars that are on fire? I don't know. I will die at least once in this game to a car that's on fire. Or an enemy throwing a grenade at a car I didn't know was there. It is a time-honored tradition in Call of Duty games. Along with shooting your teammates by mistake. Because the AI in Call of Duty games is less than stellar. I'd say kind of bad-ish. Especially your teammates' AI. But, oh man, the enemy AI in this game is not very smart either. And I think that's one of those, maybe one of those things that you can hit the game on, is that the AI is just not very, you know, top level. Wow, what did I get? Fuck you. How dare you interrupt my shotgunning? And, if you're not figuring out, the shotgun is absolutely fucking ideal if you love to throw down some hip fire. Like I said before, though, I'm gonna do a lot of hip firing. It seems to work really, really well. I don't know why, I don't usually do it, but it seems to work great now. Nothing I really want. There is an AK-47 Grenadier, which is actually pretty fun. The Grenadier for the AK-47 actually loads differently. It's a muzzle loader. And so it doesn't actually share ammo with the M4 that I have now when you have a grenade launcher. Alright, kind of screwed myself there. That gun on the technical, if you let the driver get away, but not the gunner, you can actually use that further down the way. This, by the way, is probably the first level... oh no, I guess you can't use this at all. I thought you could before. I swear I did it when I did the practice run through the game. I actually was able to use it. But this level is probably the first one where you're going to realize there's infinitely respawning enemies if you're not familiar with the game. And it's not too bad. Oh, see, right there, the whole shooting teammates thing. Yeah, granted, I probably didn't need to shoot him at all. Oh, fuck. Oh.
Check your fire! Feathers at your six!
So yeah, enemies infinitely respawn in this, and you've got to push forward to get rid of them. That's really all there is to it on a lot of this stuff. There we go. And if you're not the one pushing forward, they'll just keep going. If your teammates go forward, the enemies will continuously respawn. So you just have to be smart about it, and move up at your own pace, and make, you know... I think one of the things a lot of people did, I wouldn't say wrong necessarily, but maybe confused as a good strategy in this game, was that they started rushing forward as fast as possible in an effort to make sure they didn't get surrounded by enemies. As you can probably guess, this is a fundamentally bad strategy in a game where the enemies are going to come at you fast and furious for the most part.
Target building in sight.
We've got the TV station locked down and surrounded, sir.
Good. Get in position to breach.
So eventually you have to come through this atrium. I'm just going to point this out. Bulletproof glass. This is actually the first multiplayer DLC map that we're going to see. They use this area for the DLC map Broadcast. And it was a fan favorite in that DLC pack, along with the Kill House, which is, I guess you could technically say the cargo ship training mission was the first DLC map, but I would actually say that Kill House is kind of generic to call it rip-off. Oh shit, sorry buddy. Alright, let's get moving. One of the big changes in the DLC map is just how you get around. There's a lot more ways upstairs, there's a skylight in this room, so it's inspired by, it uses the tile set from, but it's not a one-for-one reproduction. There are areas in this game that are straight-on reproductions of stuff you'll see in single-player, which is kind of interesting. We're going to see one of those in 2 Marine missions. Alright, this is usually the room that gives a lot of people trouble in this. There's a lot of guys, it's a very tight situation and a lot of directions you have to be aware of. But what I've done here is I've kind of subverted a little bit of that by getting into this room as fast as possible. I'm not saying that it's going to guarantee me a victory or anything, but this is, if I had to pick, like... I died to my own fucking grenade. Or, sorry, claymore. Quickly. That is a strategy we like to call action claymoring. It actually was something we used to do in Call of Duty 4. I cannot believe I just hit that button. But in Call of Duty 4 multiplayer, when you had claymores, oh fuck me, we're dead. You have to get the fuck out of that room. Alright. So anyways, what you could do is you could throw down a claymore right in front of you and cause somebody who's rushing at you to set it off. There were times where that was actually a viable strategy, especially against people who were using their knife. They're trying to rush you with a knife. This is bad. If they don't throw a grenade in here, I might survive. There it is. Alright, I might have counter-blinded them. Yes. That worked out just right. Ow. Okay. It worked out kinda alrightish. I'm in a safe spot now. They won't spawn in over here. And I am out of ammo on this gun. I mean... Alright. There we go. We're almost done here. The spawning is probably ended. Right now we're just, ow, trying to clear out the stragglers. You're on my team. What the fuck are you shooting at? I think I just killed my entire fucking squad. Don't worry, they'll refresh them.
Room clear. Move up. Al-Assad should be on the second floor.
So yeah, if you are worried about how many allies you have, they basically infinitely recharge as well as the enemies do. So right now I have no one. It's just me and Vespos.
There goes our boys. Hoorah! Hoorah!
I guess that guy made that noise.
Hold your fire. Friendly's coming out.
No sign of Al-Assad, sir.
All right. Fall in, Marines. Stay frosty.
Sergeant Griggs is our other named character for the Marine campaign, so get used to seeing him quite a bit. And hey, a sniper rifle. Oh, I wish I didn't suck with sniper rifles. This is a nice little shooting gallery section. If you're good at sniper rifles, it's really easy, but if you're me, well, it looks like this. Hey, I got two of them! I know some of these are definitely hitting. It's one of those things, I've mentioned it, and I'll continuously mention it for the rest of the LP, is that the game doesn't make you sit around too long waiting for the next thing to come up. So it's, you're here for a few minutes, you can kind of move on whenever, really. Here. I don't know why I took that.
Watch your six, double dog.
I'll just use this RPG to clear out enemies from here on out. Come on. It's nice that they kept all these doors open for us up on the top of this tower where their, dictator is. Really good security. This top-notch stuff. Yeah, this is going to be over before it started.
I think he's in there. I hear him. Do it.
Aw, nothing.
Clear! Fire! Clear!
He's not here.
It's on a loop. Broadcast is recorded.
Yeah. Score one for military intelligence.
Griggs, turn that off.
Roger that. I got something better anyway.
Man, this is Red Dog. TV station secure. No sign of Al-Assad. The broadcast is a recording. Over.
Yo,
Yeah. Hoorah.
Roger that, command. Out. Marines, rally up. We got a new assignment. Get your gear and get ready to move out. Let's go.
What's good? Exciting, unorthodox fighting.
So that bit with Griggs there, the song he's playing is actually his voice actor rapping. I believe the character is voiced by an Infinity Ward employee, or someone who was an Infinity Ward employee at the time.
Today, U.S. Marines began to push into the city where al-Assad is making his last stand. Fighting has intensified in the capital city. Anti-aircraft fire and burning buildings light the night.
Roger on location. Repeating, map grid 527619er. Over.
Bravo 6 copies. Over.
Bravo 6, we have an Abrams dead in the water. Call sign, War Pig. Lieutenant Vasquez, your unit is shotgun. Over.
Copy. Bravo is inbound. Tell War Pig to stand by. We're on our way. Out. Alpha Company's tank is stuck half a click north of here. We gotta hustle. Let's go.
Alright, we gotta go rescue a Black Sabbath song reference. Let's go. So, new weapon sight, the Hollow Sight. It's a little bit more zoom than the red dot sight that we've seen before. Clearly more than you'd get with a no sight at all. We are getting shot like hard. And so, suppression. You can suppress these things and move on. Now, your two options, and this is something that you don't see often in the Call of Duty campaigns. You can either go straight forward where I'm looking right now into the pit that is this burned out building, or you can go to the side, which is actually what the game tells you to do. And hey, night vision. Second of 3 times you'll need it in the entire fucking game. Ow. Alright, let's move up. So when you do this, you're on like a flanking maneuver, so you'd think we'd go for a little silence, but that is not what the Marine campaign is about. One of the things that you might notice is all the laser sights going off. These are purely cosmetic. There are no laser sights in the multiplayer or as attachments in the game. They just appear when you go into night vision so you can see where people are aiming.
Roysowitz, head upstairs. We'll cover this entrance. Go!
There we go. I saved Roycewitz's life. He owes me money. Or, like, a life debt. Like, a life debt would be pretty good, I think.
Watch your fire! Roger that.
Go. It's just a really cool thing. You saw a little bit of this in the previews, but the way the Marines' laser pointers work out and everything like that, where you can see where they're aiming, and you can, you know where your support is and where people are going to be. It's kind of neat, and it's one of those things, the little visual flourishes that make this game really fun. Ow.
Hit their flank with their machine gun.
And machine gun section. What we call a new game without one. God, this thing is loud.
Down. Shoot it through the wall.
Yep. That is a machine gun.
Be advised, more enemy troops are converging on the tank. Get there.
Where are you guys shooting?
Roger that. We're working on it. Out.
I can hear more of them, but that's in the next room. Alright, we can take these things off. We didn't, like, one of the things that's kind of nice is if you don't really like the, let's grab this G3. Hell yeah. If you don't really like the night vision, you don't really need it. You can get away with it without using it at all if you want to. It's just going to be a little difficult to see stuff in dark environments, but, I mean, that is the harm of it. The G3 in the single-player campaign and the G3 in the multiplayer campaign are kind of our first divergence point in terms of weaponry. In the single-player campaign, it is clearly an automatic. In multiplayer, it's actually a semi-auto. And it is really fun in multiplayer. Like, ow, 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 ow. Those RPGs, those will get you a lot in this game. They can murder you one shot if you're not careful, and so you have to be a little bit aware. These guys will be popping up, firing those things at you every now and again. Ah, help. Not now. There we go. Nope, 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 nope. There we go. Jesus. So on this difficulty mode, enemies only throw grenades that have not been primed at all. So basically, they've got the full 5-second fuse, and that sometimes gets me because I don't... so used to multiplayer tactics where everything has been primed pretty heavily. Alright.
Back on the overpass!
There's a couple ways up here. You're going to see me use the other one in a second. And,
Recon spotted enemy tanks headed this way. Private West, get on the roof and hit him with the javelin. Private West is down! West is down! Pick up the javelin so you can take out...
there's the javelin.
Hit those vehicles at the far end of the bridge! Hurry!
Alright, so... Why can I not jump through this? That is weird. Javelins. They appear in multiplayer here. Or no, sorry. They appear in single player here, but they do not show up in the multiplayer for this game. They don't show up until Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer, actually. And they work similar to this, except they're able to target both ground and vehicle, ground points, and any vehicle in Modern Warfare 2. They're one of my favorites. Go. Let's just get rid of all of these things if we can. There's an achievement for killing all of the vehicles in this area if you are on the Xbox.
Bravo 6, we're taking heavy fire on our position north of the overpass! Where the hell are you? We're almost there. Hang on!
And look, we have a grenade launcher. We have 10 grenade launcher rounds. Sorry, just checking out the area. I'm still missing some intel, as you may have seen in the first video, so occasionally I'll go on brief sojourns to make sure I'm picking it up. If you ever get lost in the game, you can look at the bottom of the screen, and you can see that I have that compass that's giving you an idea of where to go. It's useful. They don't quite throw the follow button up on the screen in here like they do other Call of Duty games. Not quite yet. I don't think that really gets thrown in a lot until Modern Warfare 2, or maybe even World at War.
Alpha 6, what's your status? Over. We're still surrounded, sir! There's just a 4 of us left, but the tank's still okay! Over! Contact to the east and more flanking to the south. Hold the perimeter. Bravo 6, this is War Pig. The main gun's offline, but we still have our machine gun.
What just happened?
Don't let him get close to the tank.
I don't think I picked up the grenade that was on the ground at all. The pick up a grenade thing is a risky maneuver. In multiplayer, there's actually a perk that resets the timer on it if you pick it up. Much more useful in this game than it is in other Call of Duty games, because the other Call of Duty games introduce things like Semtex that explode on a timer no matter what and stick to people. You can see we're having a bit of a melee here. But these guys, ow. They're not too scary, especially when you have all this ammo lying around. And dumpsters provide a decent amount of cover, to be honest with you. Barrels, however, can't be shot through, as you're seeing there. I'm waiting for the next phase of this thing here. Alright. I'm not entirely sure what's happening. It should be... Oh, is that an RPK? Yeah, RPD. Perfect. Listen to that noise. That is pretty great.
Hostiles assembling to the west of your position. Over.
Charlie Bravo 6, requesting air support for fire mission. Over.
Negative, Bravo 6. There's an enemy ZPU to the south of your
Come on.
Until you take it out, we cannot risk sending in any more choppers. Bravo 6, be advised.
Okay.
Hostiles assembling to the west of your position. Over.
Charlie Bravo 6, requesting air support for fire mission. Over.
Negative, Bravo 6. There's an enemy ZPU to the south of your position. When you take it out, we cannot risk sending in any more choppers. Over.
Jackson, find that CPU and take it out so we can get some air support. Lopez, Gaines, cover him. Let's move out.
RPD... come on. RPD was probably my favorite gun in all of Call of Duty 4 multiplayer. It's not an exaggeration. It is basically a chainsaw in the form of a gun. It just cuts through everything. One of the more fun things you could do with it is that it had such good bullet penetration that you could basically win battles before people knew what was going on if you had UAV support. you just know where they were in a building and could just fire through the wall and kill them before they could even get any sort of offense going against you. The one problem is that because it fires so quickly, it does go through ammo very, very fast. If you had Bandolier as one of your perks... Hold on, watch this. That guy's dead, see? Oh no, he moved. Forget it. But if you have Bandolier, you could basically run a full game without having to worry too much about ammo. Alright. And this, by the way, became a multiplayer map. This area we're in now became a multiplayer map known as Bog. Bog is probably one of the easiest... Hey. Stop it. Bog was probably one of the easier multiplayer maps to spawn camp on. And that was mostly because that end and this end over here were kind of cut off from each other. And so you could drop grenade launcher rounds into each area and kind of force a spawn area. It was kind of cool. Annoying if you were on the bad end of the spawn camp, but I rarely was, so it was kind of nice. Alright. So we're not going to win this fight if we try to go up against this thing. So we're going to get some air support.
Okay, positive ID on your Sparkle.
Now, that said, there's still plenty of people to shoot in this building. You can see how goddamn accurate the RPD can be. Fire it in short bursts and you'll never need another gun. I've gotta stop hitting that button.
2. See anyone left down there? Negative. We got him. Roger that. All targets destroyed. We're out of here. Good luck, boys. Out. LZ is secure. Bring in the engineers and let's get this tank moving.
Roger that. They're on the way. Good work. Out.
Squad, regroup at the tank. Let's go!
Yeah, if I had to pick any map that is almost down to my most minute detail close to the multiplayer map and single-player map being very similar, I should say, it's Bog. This area here is almost a one-for-one of what you see in multiplayer and single-player. Garbage pile is, of course, the big highlight of the map. It's actually the B point, and you have like 50 people up here getting thrown grenades at and smokes and all this other stuff. But let's go hear our briefing, and that'll be the end of the episode.
Listen up. We don't have much time to get this tank out of here. We'll take up defensive positions around the Bog, here, here, and here, and buy the engineers some time to get the tank moving. Hoorah!
We've got Nikolai. We're taking him to the safe house in Hamburg. ETA 0700 hours. Out.